Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you how you can actually install or set up the database tables and also the RLS and the function triggers that was used in the template. I've prepared a Notion doc here and it's going to guide you through how you can install everything. It also includes the full SQL code for the tables, for the RLS, and also for the functions and triggers I actually use to set everything up. So if you don't have an account, you need to of course create a Supabase account. Um you need to create a new project. And the first thing actually they have organizations. So the organization I'm using for this project is Olu Template. So this is the database that I used. Yeah. So what you can do then is to create a new project right here. And we're going to name this test Rukus. Of course, you can generate a password and choose your region. I'm going to leave it at Frankfurt for now and create a new project. Once that is done, you really don't need to do any major thing apart from just pasting the SQLs and installing everything. So what you're going to do is you're going to come here, you scroll down and copy this and paste here, and you can run. Success no rows returned. So if I click table editor, you can see all the tables are installed. This also will give you the access levels that I created, because this is actually important. You can remove demo if you don't need it, but this is going to give you the access level I created. Okay. The next thing is you're going to scroll down here, and for the RLS, so this is actually the RLS for the tables that were used, that was used. So you just copy it, come to SQL editor here, also create a new snippet and paste it and run. Success. So right here, the RLS for each of the tables have actually been set up based on how I actually set the earlier ones. Based on how I actually set the database, the original database that I built the templates on, you're going to see an error here, or it's not error, the padlock is unlocked. You just come here to security definer view and then auto fix and confirm, and that should sort it out. The last template is the last SQL code is for the functions and triggers. You just scroll down, and yeah, because this is actually very important. And in the next video, I'm going to explain to you why it's actually important. You just paste it, run. Of course, I'm going to tell you it has destructive operation because it's going to affect how some RLS are processed. It's going to also affect sign up process. It's also going to affect some little things, not in a bad way, but to make things easier. So we're going to run this query, success. And if I come to the database here, we have functions, and then I have everything. In the next video, I'm going to explain what this does, just like a brief explanation of the database itself and what most of this does. The last thing we're going to do is actually create an edge function. Now, this is actually very optional. You don't need to do this. The edge function, the only edge function I created inside Supabase is actually to delete demo data. So if you sign up to the template after 24 hours, it's going to actually delete the accounts, just delete the accounts that you created. You understand? So the this is the edge function that makes that happen. There is also like a function that is working hand in hand with it to just clean up demo profile. So if I open this up, this is like the code that was, this is the SQL code that was used. So as I said, this is actually very optional. You don't need to do this, but you can just come to deploy new function via editor and just come here and paste this code here. Paste this, paste this here. You name it. It's important you name it clean up demo profiles. And then you deploy function. All right, that's perfect. In your secret, you see it will automatically create all your Supabase secret and all. The thing with this particular edge function is that it uses cron secret. So it uses your cron secret for authorization. You understand? Normal case, you're meant to use a GWT secret, but because I'm running the code using an external is it an external software I should say, or an external website, cron that runs a cron job for me. That's why this we need to create like a cron secret, something that will act as a authorization for the cron job. So you can just come here and we can just come here, just copy this cron secret and then cron secret. Now the value can be any basically any random number for real. You can put any random number there. So I'm going to pause this and get a random hash or UID. That's what I mean. So I'm going to pause this and get like a random hash. So I'm right here in ChatGPT and I just sort of generate like random hash. There are different things you can also use your terminal to generate it, but then you can also use this. So I'm going to just paste this and then save. Good. Now to use this edge function, right? The first thing you need to take note of is you need to actually come here and disable this. The reason is because the JWT verification is actually expecting you to like sign up before you can actually run the function. But since, as I said earlier, we're going to be using a different website to actually run the cron job, you need to like disable this. And thereafter, the secret you created, cron secret, would be a form of authorization for it. So the website I use to run the cron jobs is cronjob.org. Login, and you can see it really only shows me like the last one it did. So it always runs every day, but you can see it ran this yesterday and details. I showed the details here. So it deleted one team member, which is actually because I know I created a demo account, so it's a successful. So it runs this every day. So to create a new one, it doesn't create cron job. You need to copy the URL here. This URL, this endpoint URL. You need to paste it here. You need to paste this here, give it a name, and set like the timer. So like how often do you want it to be like implemented? How often do you want the cron job to work? So the way cron jobs work is that it runs the API or runs your endpoint at a particular set time. So I can give it every day I want it to run every day 23:59. So this means like every day at midnight. That means every day at midnight I want this to run. And then you're advanced. You need to add header and you paste your cron secrets and give it a name of cron secret. And then you can add and save this and test it. So as I said, this is really not Like it's not an important part of the old database structure, but it was set up just like clear out demo datas, demo accounts and everything like that. Yeah. So please, if you have any questions, just let me know. This is the actually way you can set up the database. So the last thing you need to do really is to come to project settings here. Okay, so come to data API and then copy this URL. Now, you can fix this, yeah, and make it a global formula and your anon key, which is this, and make it a global formula, right? And then you can check connection. Thereafter, you should have access to it. If not, you may have to like manually actually replace all this. You have to replace all these APIs right here. And I'm going to explain the structure of this app wrapper and why it's actually very important. It gives context to like the other pages, but you just have to like replace this and the your API key for like all of them, really, for all of them. So yeah, so that's it on how to set up the Supabase database. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.